Welcome to another episode of Firefly, and thank you for spending time with us here today. This week, we introduce you to 3 more artists making a difference in the creative economy. First up on this week's episode is Brandon Best. He is a visual artist with a focus on expressionism. Let's hear what he has to say.
Hi, my name is Brandon Best, and I'm an expressionist painter here in Barbados. I'm also happen to be half Guyanese. My journey as an artist started as a drawer initially from the time I was about 8, 9 years old. And obviously at that point in time as a child and as a teenager, I was just doing it leisurely. I didn't feel as if though I was getting that support to be an artist until I was probably about 14, where I had a lot of encouragement from my art teacher at the time at Codrington International School. Then it was about when I was 16, where I was taking the drawing progressively more serious, and my teacher was encouraging me that maybe one day I would be an artist by the time I graduate. But at that point in time, I didn't believe her. I knew I wasn't going to get the support from my parents. I figured that I was going to be either a lawyer or an architect, specifically an architect, especially after I won this competition at school that won me and my group a tour on an anti-submarine. But anyways, long story short, after I graduated, I was actually going to go to Canada to study political science until plans suddenly changed and I stayed here in Barbados. And I didn't have the confidence to go and study art at BCC, so rather than visual arts, I actually decided to do culinary arts instead because I thought I would still be able to express my creativity, and I love food, and the food is kind of like in the family business anyhow, so I thought I could contribute in that sort of environment and in that context. However, as the years went by, studying at Marine and also working within the restaurant industry also, I found myself working and progressing, but I wasn't happy. And it came a point in time where I actually left my job, and there was a lot of changes going on in my life in the latter half of 2019, and that was when I decided to go back into drawing. But I got really bored of the pencil, black and white, realistic drawing, so then I started bringing some more color into my work using oil pastels, and using the oil pastels to then gain my confidence to eventually start painting. I never painted as a teenager because among my peers who were from Germany and France and England, they were exquisite painters and they intimidated me to my core, hence why I stayed to drawing. But without all of that pressure and such, what I did was made that transition from oil pastels to acrylic painting, and I was doing a lot of research from artists such as George Condo, Jean-Marcel Basquiat, Pablo Picasso, Egon Schiele, etc. And what I realized from them is that they found their voice. They weren't taking reference from the old masters per se. They were doing exactly what they wanted to do, however they wanted and whenever they wanted. And I needed to find that confidence also, because art is a visual language. And like any language, there's an accent and a dialect. And I needed to find and establish my accent in the art. So from there, November straight to January, I was doing a lot of painting on wood in particular until I started to make money from working my typical restaurant job as a bartender or waiter. And by the time February came around, I then got into contact with Onika Small about exhibiting in town. But then COVID-19 happened, there was a sudden quarantine, and I had taken that time during quarantine to focus on my art, making a lot of investment in canvases and in the paints. And I got in the habit with my art that I was beginning to produce 5 paintings a week and people always find that to be shocking, but when you have that much focus and passion for something that you love, it doesn't feel like work. So my regular routine on a daily basis was get up, do some working out, and then by about 9 o'clock, listen to some music, maybe watching TV, and then I'll go straight into the painting. Maybe at about 3 o'clock, and from about 3 o'clock straight till 10, I will produce a painting. And probably about 11:30, then I will start the second painting, which I will then finish off the day next. So I was building the work ethic, I was building a portfolio, and I realized at some point in time that I needed to bring this to light to everybody on the island and obviously the world, Toronto, England, doesn't matter. So that was when I started to project my social media marketing, and my platform of choice was Instagram, because Instagram is very much, it's very image oriented, which obviously would work very well with the line of work that I'm in, being a visual artist. So on a weekly basis, I was posting at least 4 or 5 times a week, and that was working out really great for me. I was even doing the paid promotions to make sure that I can boost the amount of people that was looking at my work. And that worked out really well. I mean, I saw there to be a massive change to my audience and my quote unquote popularity at around June, because that was when there was a lot of sales, there was a lot of interactions, people asking me a bunch of questions about how do I work. At the moment, I work with a lot of 24 by 30 inch canvases and 40 by 40, such and such. But I hope that in the future I can do some murals in town. I would like to have some workshops. I would love to teach painting also. I'm really interested in graffiti also, but that's a story for another time. I will hope that in my future there's a lot more exhibitions, there's a lot more mingling and networking from artist to artist, gallery to gallery. And I hope that in my contributions that there's more investment in the creative industry, because we, especially now of all times, you see why it's important to have a cultural identity and people that believe in that, people that want to invest in it, people that want to create, because it's art. It's not all for nothing. Art is a reflection of life, and it's a reflection of who we are, what we believe in, and now more than ever, we need to project that. And that is the kind of future that I hope for Barbados. Let there be a national gallery, let there be murals everywhere that you go. It inspires people. It inspires people to do things. And I remember that feeling that I had when I went to Toronto and Montreal last year. It made me want to do things. It gave me the confidence to express myself. And I want everybody to experience that. It doesn't matter whether you're 8, 12, 16, 19, 20, like whatever it is that you want to do. It doesn't even have to be painting. It could be literary arts, it could be writing poems, it could be even writing a movie. Whatever it is that you aspire to do, I believe that you have the right to do it and to do whatever means necessary to make it happen.
Well, thank you, Brandon. We are truly happy that you followed your mind and developed your art form. Up next is music. Stay tuned.
Firefly is a production of the Barbados Coalition of Service Industries. The theme of Firefly is From Obscurity to the Limelight. Firefly provides business support opportunities for emerging local talent by assisting them on their journey to becoming export ready. Creatives across all genres, including music, visual arts, and fashion, are given the necessary training and marketing support to succeed in the global marketplace. Artists are also given the opportunity to showcase their talent at the annual Firefly Show. Visit our website, fireflybarbados.com, for more on our featured creatives and artists. Our vision at the Barbados Coalition of Service Industries is to create a robust, export-driven and defined services sector which contributes to the economic growth of a sustainable Barbados. We are a business support organization dedicated to the acceleration of service sector development and the enhancement of the export potential of service providers in our island. Contact us at info@bcsi.org.bb to see how we can help your business.
So Gabriel Silvers has music running through his veins. Performing at a very young age, he truly believes that the future of music is very promising. His stage name is Lagoon Wavy, so take it away.
My name is Lagoon Wavy. I am an artist, singer, songwriter. I have been doing music since I was a literal child, like 2 years old. I was singing up and down the house. I've always been connected to music. It's always been music for me. I've done music throughout all school. It's been my favorite subject. I play 2 instruments. My music journey has been extremely accommodating, if I'm being honest. I work very hard, but there are a lot of people that I've met on the way here that have made my life a lot easier, you know, in terms of production. Olijo, Khalil Warrell, like he's been a huge help for me from the beginning. You know, my quote-unquote manager, Saman, these are the people that have really believed in me and pushed me forward. in this music thing. So I would actually say that my music journey has been, you know, other than getting over stage fright and stuff like that, really hasn't been too much of a struggle. Now is probably the hardest it's been since I've been releasing new music and really putting the work in. So one of the few memorable moments I've had was we had a launch party at the Cliff for an EP I was doing. And it was really nice to perform that was like my first time performing my own music, my own live music. And it was like 5 or 6 songs. People were very into it. Everyone was enjoying it. It was like 200 people just listening to it, or 100 people, I can't remember. I was listening to it. Recently, I released a song called Confidential on YouTube. The music video did like extremely well overnight. I remember calling a bunch of people asking if someone bought views. It was like at 8,000 views overnight, and it was crazy. So those are 2 memorable moments I'm getting immediately. The Weeknd is my absolute idol. I have been listening to him from the beginning of my serious music journey, even though that's not good, not all of his music is for teenagers, but I'm like his #1 fan. I also really enjoy Frank Ocean. He's also another inspiration for me. Daniel Caesar, Giveon, Chloe and Halle is also fantastic. These are the artists I try to surround myself with and think about and sing, rehearse, do what they do, because those are my go-tos. Music in Barbados has been a fight, if we're being honest. A lot of Bajans were not accustomed to the change of other artists bringing a different genre other than your typical bashment soca or some reggae, stuff like that. We've been very much in that box. And recently has been probably the biggest wave of a bunch of artists like me have been trying to change it up, and we're actually getting a really good response. And there's so much talent down here, it's ridiculous how we have like 200,000 people on this island. There is so much talent here, people that really want to express themselves. And if the world could see that, I'm sure that could change a lot of things for Barbados. The culture in Barbados in terms of music and creative arts is massive. And I think that over time it will definitely be realized the way that artists like me, Shai, have been working. Image, branding, and marketing can literally become 80% of what an artist is. And music could be 20%. Sometimes in some instances, music is so fantastic that people don't even care what you look like. But more often than not, people will not take you seriously if your branding is not up to par, if you're not, posting the right content, if you're not being consistent with the work ethic that you're putting out. People will literally, the attention span of people nowadays is like that. If they see you and you look good, they're hooked. For a day, 2 days, you slip up or you come at the audience wrong. Like Twitter is literally a war zone. If you make one wrong tweet, you can literally get your whole career canceled. People will stop listening to your music. They'll boycott you. So you want to make sure that your brand and who you are as an artist on the outside is extremely clean cut and well planned. I am currently finishing my album. It's going to be a nice long 12-song album. I'm really trying to make it crazy, as hard as I can possibly go on it. And we're shooting one more video for a single, and then after that, that's it. Then we're doing the videos for the album. We're making the album, we're finishing that, and that should come early January, because Christmas music in December is not the best time to draw music, unless it's Christmas music. You can find me on basically every social media under Lagoon Wavy. Lagoon Wavy is my Twitter, it's my Instagram. You can find my music on every streaming site. It's on Spotify, Deezer, Audiomack, typical YouTube, Lagoon Wavy, my Instagram. It's very easy to find me, just Lagoon Wavy on everything.
Well, thank you, Lagoon Wavy. Like his groove? Be sure to check him out as well as all of the featured artists on our website at www.fireflybarbados.com.
Interested in issues and trends related to local, regional, and international trade? Then you should be reading The Exporter, the trade and services magazine of the Barbados Coalition of Service Industries. Go to our website, bcsi.org.bb, to access a free digital copy of our latest edition today.
How do I ensure that my rights are protected during collaborations with other creatives or businesses? Always ensure that before you embark on any collaboration, there is a written agreement in place. This written agreement will need to cover 3 basic areas. 1. State your obligations or the duties that you are expected to perform. 2. State the other party or party's obligations or the expected duties of the other party. State how any resulting benefits, monetary or otherwise, will be collected and divided.
Are you a small or medium-sized enterprise operating in the services sector? What steps are you taking to ensure that your service is export ready? The Export Incubation Services Unit, EISU, at the Barbados Coalition of Service Industries wants to help you enhance your export capacity. Contact us today at info@bcsi.org.bb to discuss how you can get started.
Up next is Amor, and she shares the harsh truth about her business, but how the love of design kept her going.
Hi, I'm Amor, and I am a fashion designer, and my brand is called Amor Email. I got into fashion design practically by my mom. She got me my first sewing machine when I was like 14, and I started from there. And I proceeded and I went to BCC and I started doing my degree in fashion design. My journey has been pretty rough. It's not as glamorous as everyone thinks it is, and it takes more than just drawing something on paper and saying, "Oh, this looks nice," and it takes a lot. It takes more than just talent. It takes a lot of discipline, a lot of hard work, and a lot of patience. So I would say that my journey was pretty rough, especially in school. Doing fashion design as a degree is not easy at all, but I've gotten through pretty well, and I'm almost at the finish line, but I do enjoy it. However, my journey has caused a lot of growth for me in terms of me as a person and me as a creative, and I don't regret making this decision to do fashion design. Passion is one of the most important things for a creative field, not only fashion design, simply because this is not a job that you can just wake up and do 9 to 5. It's more than just 8 hours of work. Some days you're gonna think about a piece or a design or a collection for the whole day. You go to sleep, you think about it while you sleep, you dream about it. It takes a lot of passion and drive. I had a few people I've seen, they start something creative and they never finish it. But I usually tell myself that it's not really because they weren't doing well. I think really and truly it was a lot of passion and commitment, because when you really want to do something, nothing stops you regardless on how hard it is. So regardless on if it's art, if it's music, fashion, anything artistic, it takes a lot of passion. With traditional industries having major fallout, I think that this is a great opportunity for us creatives to really excel and make profit. I think we've always been underrated, we've always been overlooked, we've always been, considered second class. And really and truly, that's not true. I think we have a lot of talent, but our industry, especially in Barbados and the Caribbean, is not as developed as other industries. It's quite underdeveloped, especially now since COVID-19. I think the mass media, social media, branding, marketing, all of this is working in our favor as creatives. And I think right now we have a huge advantage to develop our industry in art. Standards in the artistic industry, I would say, is a very funny word or a very funny situation to place among artists, simply because each artist has a different aesthetic. Each artist has a different standard. So what might go for somebody might not go for the other. So I would say it takes a lot of personal development to build your own standards as an artist. Regardless on what you do in this industry, you need to build your own standards and push from there. If there was one thing that I'd be able to change in this industry for us as creatives, would be the lack of opportunity that we have to showcase our talent. I think that our talent goes beyond measure, and really and truly it really has to do with support. I find we don't have enough support as local artists and fashion designers. We don't have enough support from society, from even our parents. Sometimes we don't get the recognition that we deserve and the praise that we deserve. So if there was one thing that I could really change, is people's outlook onto us as artists and our creativity. My collection from today is really inspired by the butterfly wings that you see on the fabric. It's satin. Recently in my life, I've been seeing a lot of butterflies, two in specific in yellow, playing together, and I saw it as a sign. I up to now still don't know what it really means, but I took inspiration from it, and my collection uses a fabric with butterfly wings, and I wanted to use the effectiveness of the white and black and really use it to its best hand. And I tried to make sure that the items are still classy, still chic, which is matching the black and white, and they cater to the classy woman.
Well, Amor, we sure hope that you continue to pursue your art form and grow in your business. Next week, we introduce you to our final 3 creatives. Thank you for watching.
Oh yeah. You gotta tell me what it is. I don't like to assume. You gotta tell me what it is. Don't just point fingers to your room. Your room. Drink too much, now my eyes are rocking. I see you staring, now our eyes are locked in. This music's way too loud, but your body's knocking. You're trying to get a hold of me, but I can't get boxed in. No, I can't get boxed in. Nah. Don't tell nobody me. Don't tell nobody me. Don't tell nobody me. Just keep it to yourself. Don't tell nobody me. Don't tell nobody me. Trying to get me body. We keep this to us. To ourselves, I can't jeopardize the grind based on satisfaction. How am I supposed to work when every word's a flirt with you? Gotta keep focused, but you know the way I work is kinda hopeless. Sipping on potions, make love by the ocean, smoking, puffing on roses. Blow clouds low so nobody notice. Don't tell nobody me. 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 Yeah. Don't tell nobody me. Don't tell nobody me. Don't tell nobody me. Just keep